This video is also from it's a problem from chapter 3, section 1 in Math Excel, and let's look at it. Okay, so we're still trying to find LCMs, or lowest common multiples, and I've written these numbers down over on my pad, 189, 441, and 63, and we can just look at that for a second. And you say, well, I don't know why I would ever need to know this. Well, if you had a problem that looked like this, if you had this problem, 1 over 189 plus, I'm making this up now, this ain't the problem, I'm just making this up. If you had these three fractions, 1 over 189 plus 5 over 441 plus 7 over 63, the only way you could add these together is you would have to have a common denominator. In other words, you would have to find some way to convert these from unlike fractions to like fractions. Now, I'm not about to use that table of common multiples approach that I've used in a previous video. And you say, why not? Well, let's just, if we were even thinking about considering to use it, let's just look at what would be involved. Okay. We would have to take 189 times 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times some numbers, 441 times 1 times 2 times 3 times, 63 times 1 times 2 times 3 times some numbers. Eventually, somewhere out in here, we would find a common multiple, and that would be the lowest common multiple, which we would then make as our common denominator. Very time-consuming and very tedious. So we're not going to use that method. We're going to use the prime factorization method. Okay? All right, and so all we got to do is we've simply got to find the prime factorization of these three numbers, 189, 441, and 63. So let me just kind of come over here and sort of just draw me out a little space to work in over here. So I'm going to start off with 189. And you say, okay, well, 2 is not a factor. How do I know? Because this is not an even number. 3 probably is, so let's try it. 3, yep, goes in there 63 times, right? So again, I'm saying this is the first prime number I can use. So do you need me to write prime numbers over here? Remember, you got 2, 3, 5, 7, not 8, not 9, not 10, 11, not 12, 13, not 15, so here's the first few prime numbers. Now let's come back to this. Well, I think 3 is also going to work here, don't you? 3, you with me? And 3. Okay, so I'm done with that one. So 189. I'll just use this space right here. You ready? So I'm just going to write 189 here. And I'm going to write this prime factorization. I'm going to write 3 times 3 times 3 times 7. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 7 is 189. Okay, so we're done with that one. Okay, now let's do 441. I think I can squeeze 441 here. All right, you with me? Again, I don't think 2 is going to work because this is not an even number. It doesn't have an even number of the ones. So I'm going to give it a shot with 3, and I don't know right offhand. And so just bear with me. I'm just going to flip my page here so that I can get some room to divide. I'm going to say 3 into 441, 1. 3 fours is 12, 21. Hey, cool. 3 times 147. So I'm going to put 147 here. And I don't know about this one. This one might be a little troublesome. Let's see if 3 will go into 147. So now we're getting into trial and error division here to try to find 3 times 4 is 12. Oh, we're getting lucky here. Oh, so 3 times 49 is that number. Oh, and then 7 times 7. See, we're living right today. 3, 3, 7, 7. So this one, 400, that one was easier than I thought it was going to be. That one's going to be 3, 3, 7, 7. 3 times 3 is 9. 7 times 7 is 49. 9 times 49. 9 times 9 is 81. Yeah, that looks right. Now the last one is 63, okay? And we might can squeeze this one in down here on the very bottom. 63. Look, we already had part of that up here, didn't we? Look, we already knew this. Look, so look. This is 3 times 21 and 3 times 7. See? Son of a gun. So we can use 3 times 3 is 9 times 7. So we can use 3 times 3 times 7. Now, are you exhausted yet? Well, don't be, because we're not finished. Now, to find the lowest common multiple, what we do is we look through and we find each factorization. We use each factorization, the greatest number of times it occurs in any one of these. Each of these, the greatest number of times it occurs. So do you see that 3 occurs 3 times? 2 here, but 3 here. 7, once, 2 times. So there's going to be our lowest common multiple. You say, what in the world is that thing? Well, let's see. It's 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, and 7 times 7 is 49. So it's 27 times 49. 9 times 7 is 63. 9 times 2 is 18, 24. 4 sevens is 28. 4 twos is 8 is 10. 3, 12, 3, 1. 1,323. Mercy. 1,323. Now let's go back and see how they want it. The lowest common multiple is, they just want a number, I guess. You ready? Let's try it. 1, 3, 2, 3. I don't think they want a comma. Hey, we got it right. That makes you feel good, doesn't it, when you get one of these things right? Okay, so let's go back and look at the pad one more time. That wound up being a fair amount of work because we had to say, how do we find the lowest common multiple? No, we're not going to use this table of multiple stuff. That'll take forever. So we're going to use this prime factorization technique, and then we use each of the factors, the prime factors, the greatest number of times they occur in any one of these factorizations. And so then we find the answer to be 1,323. Okay. All right. So that was a good effort there.